question before him.
Cedric, we put before you a question. You've had an opportunity to hear from the peers and others. What decision have you made in our ask for you to join our order of defense? You're grateful.
Their Majesties would call in their order of defense to bear witness.
We would hear now from the worthies. Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel who would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, I am Kurzaslav Shivalka, and I have that order as my as my job. Excuse me. Good gentles, in the barony of Stonemarsh, we have a saying: be an example or be a warning. Back in 2012, Cedric came to our barony and came to my Deerfield craft night and spent a lot of time talking with me about brewing and sharing samples. And over the years, we've done that many a time. His military career has helped him move around a lot in the known world. And as a result, he has been dance master of the Palatine Barony of the Far West, head of the Queen's Court of Dancers in Antir, and he started the Insula Draconis Brewers Guild. His skills in leatherworking and woodworking have been proven on many occasions. He has been a painter of pavilions, a dabbler in bardic performances, and a connoisseur of fine German schnapps. Your Majesty, he is a peer of this realm, and we are lucky to have him with us. The warning is I would not leave my alcohol.
Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, I'm Sir Oide Ulrichson, but I bear words from afar.
Your Majesties, Highnesses, good gentles all, I'm Jarl Eiriker in Harfrogri, from the lands of Drakenwald, and I will speak for the candidate on behalf of the Order of Chivalry. I had the privilege of becoming friends with the candidate when he was raised within the lands far from where he is now. And although it was with great sorrow that he left our shores, we congratulated those that received him because he is a treasure. Someone to both look to for inspiration, look to for advice, or just for some relaxed company. Speaking as a member of the chivalry on this day, I will use some of the vows given by Léon Gautier's La Chevalerie when evaluating Cedric's worthiness. Respect and defend the weak. This is not only to charge into battle with sword in hand. This is by actions, words, and deeds to build a safe environment where people of all cultures, races, backgrounds, genders, and all other aspects feel welcome and safe. It means using the privilege one has as a shield for those who do not possess it. In this, Cedric does as much as he can. Be generous. It is not always about money, but about time, energy, good advice. However, one should not be so generous that you give all that you have and leave nothing. Setting a good example of giving as much as you can without diminishing yourself is a delicate balance and not easy to accomplish. In this, the candidate is an example, not because he never gives too much, but when he realizes he may have given more than necessary, he corrects and tries to better himself, showing that being generous over time is better than being very generous for a short period is his way, and we are many who look up to him for it. The last vow I will touch upon is always and everywhere be righteous and good against evil and injustice. This is close to respect and defend the weak, but it is more than that. It is to be good against evil and injustice, even when there is no one to defend right then and there. It is to show that evil and injustice should never stand unchallenged, should never be allowed to flourish. This is where the candidate is truly a shining example, not just by standing in the way and fighting for what is right, but more than that, he checks himself to make sure he does not become affected by it, to be on the right side of the line even when the fight gets heated. There are more things to say, but as there are many more who wish to speak and attest to the candidate's worthiness, I will have to stop myself from going on for too long. But know that if you ever find me, I would be happy to share more stories and memories of the candidate, and they are all good. Cedric, you are my friend, in my heart, you've been my peer for a long time.
Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican who will speak for this candidate?
Your Majesties, I am Maeve Inini Kelly, companion of the Order of the Pelican, and this honor is mine. May I address the populace?
Yes.
Two phrases are at the heart of the core, the love of Cedric's service. Cedric, the friendly neighborhood fencing guy. Cedric, systems guy. Neighborhoods and systems, local and global. One eye on granular detail, one eye on the big picture. Because he's lived in multiple kingdoms, Cedric fundamentally understands community. How to build it, how to nurture it, how to change it. Neighborhoods and systems. Service to one benefits the other. They are interdependent, as strong communities are. Cedric balances his communities with service that is friendly, insightful, and kind. Our neighborhoods, our systems, our kingdom, our society are so much the better for it. Your Majesties, this is a good thing we do this day. Thank you.
Is there a member of the Order of the Rose that would speak?
Your Majesties, I bear words from afar. I am Chadraka Megahanta, Countess of the East. Your Majesties and all gentles here gathered, it is my great pleasure to send words as a companion of the Rose for the elevation of Cedric. The companions of the Rose greatly value courtesy, courage, generosity, and loyalty. I am Hala. Well, I'm not, but she is. Hala, Jarl Skona of Lockach. And although the distance between us is now great, Cedric was one of the first people I met in the SCA when I was but a starry-eyed college student in the Kingdom of Antir, going by the name of Rania, because it meant queen, you see. Over my early years within the group and through our household of Clan Firekilt, I witnessed Cedric serve the kingdom and the populace, displaying the chivalric virtues in pursuit of our shared dream. His generosity knew no bounds, even then, sharing his time, his tools, and his knowledge, whether in his chosen arts martial, through service at events or activities hosted in his home. He has always displayed the greatest courtesy both on and off the field, considering the needs of others and working hard to ensure those around him have good times at events. While we parted ways due to mundane circumstances a long time ago, it was with great joy I got to see him again at Penzik, AS-51. As the Crown of Lockach, we traveled with few retainers, and Cedric was more than willing to drop in to assist as an attendant, demonstrating again his deep commitment to upholding the dream. I know that his life looks very different than it did those many years ago, and through it all I have witnessed from afar as he has developed greater wisdom through thoughtful introspection, learning from past mistakes, and always picking himself up to keep moving forward. The courage to face One's inner torments is to be commended, as the challenge has bested many fine nobles, and I am glad to see Cedric still standing, treading the difficult path and working against injustice where he finds it. Cedric is one of the most courteous, generous, courageous, and loyal people I know, and it warms my heart that he is to be elevated to the Order of Defense. Please accept these words as my highest commendation of Cedric, ever my friend, and now to my peer.
Lastly, is there a member of the Order of Defense who will speak in favor of this candidate?
I am Master Natalia Anastasia Efyanova, and I bring words from Caitlin Le Marchal. To their majesties of the East, their appointed peers and gentles all, I, Caitlin Le Marchal, member of the Masters of Defense of Drachenwald, send greetings and thanks for hearing my words. A long time ago, in a gallant land far away, I met a fencer of boundless enthusiasm and joy in fencing. We met on the field when I had just finished making my first armor, and he taught me the advantages of cunning and technique over long arms and speed. And he was my feared bet. We met again in that land far, far away at the event of pilgrimage, and we talked for long hours over many things. Then he taught me the advantages of looking at an opponent from all sides, including ones I didn't recognize existed, and he was my feared bet. We met again at many events throughout the years, and I can honestly say I never walked away from an event he was present at without coming away having not learned something, and he was my feared bet. Fencing is an art, a science, a game, and a challenge. But Cedric taught me that fencing isn't just about sword play. It's about the people that you play with and learn from and love. And in all of those things, I take great joy to inform you that he is absolutely my peer, who I am happy to stand beside in the Order of Defense. Thank
you. Is there a collar that we may denote Cedric as a member of this order?
I may have read it here.
Absolutely.
Is there a glove?
Majesty,
Yes.
if I may,
Yes.
if you wish, brought to make it. It'll be my honor
Thank you.
to love them at any cost.
Cedric. We, Emerson, King Consort, charge and command you to protect always our kingdom of the East, to defend, sustain, and promote the arts of defense. And in so charging and commanding, we cast down this gauntlet and challenge you to take up your duty as a member of the Order of Defense.
I will.
Good Cedric, good populace. At Cedric's request, I will now buffet For those who do not wish to see an act of being struck, please avert your eyes.
Glasses?
Let this be the last blow you receive unanswered.
Okay.
Please, greet the members of your order. Or there's a scroll.
Cedric Campbell, in his youth. Wanted to learn fencing and the art of combat. Also, he wanted to know of the temper of iron and the qualities of each weapon, as much as for defense as for offense, and most of all, matters of mortal combat. The aforesaid Cedric did learn the aforesaid things from many society masters, namely Westerners and Antiri and in Drachenwald and in many cities, with great fatigue and great expense from so many masters and scholars. And in so many courts of great lords, princes, dukes, countesses and counts, knights and squires did he undertake this art. And so the aforesaid Cedric was more and more retained by many lords and ladies and armigers for learning the art of fencing and of combat. Thus, Tyndall and Emerson, kings to the Eastern throne, seeing that the aforementioned Cedric had studied the sword for 30 years, while asserting that he is not a perfect master of this art, did decide to induct him into the order of defense and declare to all the witnesses who read or hear these words that he be a peer of the realm. Scroll by Marguerite Inian Lachlan, calligraphy by Colette d'Avignon, illumination by Camille Desjardins, and Aurelia Cleona Abocafu.